Sully, Trump spoke at the crypto summit, the first ever US crypto summit, about an hour ago that kicked things off. It's happening as we speak. I believe that it's for a total of 2 hours and a half. Attendees could arrive beforehand, but the speaking began at 4 p.m. Eastern Standard Time, New York time, and it's going to wrap up around 6:30 p.m. And if you know anything about Trump, you never know what to expect tonight. You can pull out something and just write an executive order. But first off, I want to kick it off by saying I don't know the greeting for Ramadan, but I know it's sunset in the UK, so that's why we can do this. Um, Salam alaikum, Ramadan or something. I don't know if there's something you want to say
Walaikum
to me.
assalam, yeah.
For our Muslim viewers, what's the greeting for Ramadan?
You just say assalamu alaikum, and then in response, you usually say walaikum assalam.
All right, cool. Well, anyway, you cannot have any meme coins come out of your mouth because it's Ramadan and meme coins are haram. Bitcoin and anything that's compliant, Islamic law compliant, basically means has an actual utility is halal, according to Grok at least.
Hmm.
So we have some questions here from Moonboy. Why some of this happening? Because you never know. We could go to the moon tonight after this, right? We could. It's potential. So let's talk some Moonboy shit. All right. First question from the viewers. We have 5 great questions. If you want, I'll let you go first, or I can go first. Okay. Question number 1: which crypto do you think Trump secretly hodls? Bitcoin, Dogecoin, or something wild like Shiba Inu? Hold on. Trump, Liberty Media holds Bitcoin, Ethereum. Like we're talking about Liberty Media organization, not the U.S. government. The U.S. government holds
Yeah.
like the top 100 cryptocurrencies because they've seized them. What do you think that he secretly hodls? Or do you want me to go first?
Um, you can do if you like, yeah. That'd be good. And then,
I think that he probably holds personally in his personal wallet. I'm not talking about like we're Liberty Financial. That's out there in public knowledge. You saw it in the group chat for the World Blockchain Capital group chat. I personally believe that something that people don't know he hodls. He obviously hodls Dogecoin because of Elon Musk. Something that I personally didn't believe that he hodls that he doesn't talk about is Shiba Inu. I think he's seen that they're working with the Ministry of Infrastructure in the United Arab Emirates, and I know that he understands that basically the 1 cent dream could be a reality with the right catalyst. So I honestly think he's a smart man. He thinks he's a forward-looking man. He doesn't necessarily need a lot of money. Yeah, he has tons of it. But if I were a betting man and they were like, listen, what's a token project that you think that he definitely hodls? I would say like definitely Shiba Inu because a meme coin that's no longer a meme coin. We got people hopping in by the way because obviously people are interested in this Moonboy shit. Okay, I think he holds Shiba
yeah,
Inu. What do you think Trump holds? And keep it fun. Smile. I know it's Ramadan, but smile for a
yeah,
brother.
sure. Mm. So I'd say that he probably holds on to Solana as like one of the major tokens.
Right,
Um,
personally.
I'd say so, yeah, because I sort of see it as like it's a token that's very cheap. It's in terms of its transactions, and if you want to transfer few over, it's quite easy to do.
I definitely because a lot of people are talking about Shiba Inu and everything. So exciting times. Okay, so now next, if Bitcoin moons after this summit, after tonight, we go. Bitcoin goes to excuse me for my language. It goes to $1 million, right? Shiba Inu goes to 1 cent. Solana goes to $5,000. Ethereum crashes to zero. So none of us. I don't own Ethereum. You don't own Ethereum. But if Bitcoin moons after the summit, what are you buying? A Lambo, yacht, or a ticket to Mars? This is how I look at it. I'm not buying a ticket to Mars. I'm not interested in a yacht. Right now, the first thing, I'm not interested in a Lambo. The first thing I'm gonna do is take my family members that put up with a lot of this. The whole family's in crypto. Like Lonzo Ball,
Yeah,
they used to have that TV show on the US and NBA. Just for the US fans, Ball and the Family on YouTube. We have crypto in the family. The first thing I'm gonna do is take my mother, my best friend, to a nice dinner. And a good one. I'm gonna find a Michelin star restaurant, probably a sushi spot, Columbus Circle in New York City. We're gonna limo. Let's go to New York City. Let's eat that. Then after that, I'm gonna plan a trip to the UK and Spain. I have friends that got to visit in Spain. I'll have a little nephew, and on top of it, look at that. It's funny. Nigger KFC. It's hilarious. That's how very haram. But these niggers, myself and this sand nigger, excuse me, we're going to. I'm gonna do that first. First is take them out to a nice dinner in Michelin star restaurant, sushi spot in New York City. Then after that, a trip to UK and Spain. And honestly, man, I'm not gonna buy a house in the US or anything expensive. I'm gonna buy a house in Dominican Republic and just move over there where I can get $100,000 house there for something that'll cost me like 2-3 million by the beach, 10 minutes away from the beach here. Okay, shoot. I'll ask again. Crypto Sully, Sully Crypto. Bitcoin moons after the summit. What's the first thing you're buying? You're now a multi-billionaire. A Lambo, a
Yeah.
yacht, or a ticket to the Mars.
I mean, I definitely would go to Ticket to Mars because just too much uncertainty with like safety aspects. It'll probably take too long to get back to Earth anyway. But I'm not too sure. I probably want to what's it called? Um, because I'm into like my hikes and stuff as well. So I might want to like go to Tanzania to go do the Kilimanjaro trek or something like that.
The first thing you're gonna do if Bitcoin moons is book a trip to Tanzania and go hiking.
Um, Yeah, yeah. I mean, obviously, you look at the certain tours and stuff like that, and I thought, yeah, I mean,
So
why
that's the
not?
first thing you're gonna do is you're gonna go to Tanzania and go hiking. That's fine. Next
Yeah.
question: who won the summit? This is a tricky one, brother, because we can only guess. And I'll give you my
Mm,
answers first. It seems like it's better when I give you my answers first. Who won the summit? Sailor's Bitcoin maximalism, Armstrong's regulatory push, or Elon's inevitable tweet storm? Listen, Elon is gonna tweet no matter what.
mm,
Both Michael Saylor from Strategy, and Brian Armstrong, the CEO of Coinbase, they both are Bitcoin heavy. Saylor's a Bitcoin maximalist. Trump already signed the legislation, and his World Liberty Financial owns more than just Bitcoin. Armstrong's regulatory push for me is the winner because this whole summit is about regulatory clarity in the US. And by the way, shout outs for them for launching the FIFA coin for the World Cup next year. We're gonna
mm,
have a lot of crypto sponsors for that. That's why they were there today. FIFA, the head of FIFA was there today to court people from the crypto space that want to sponsor. So I'm gonna go with Armstrong's regulatory push beat out for today's summit, Elon Musk's inevitable tweet storm, and Saylor's Bitcoin maximalism. Who do you think won tonight, or is going to win tonight when it's all said and done in about an hour or so? Michael Saylor's Bitcoin maximalism, Brian Armstrong from CEO's regulatory push for clarity, or Elon Musk's inevitable tweet storm on X?
I would probably say, like Michael say, there's a Bitcoin maximalism.
Okay, and that's why. That's because it is more. Do you have to give an
Yeah,
answer
of
for
course,
that?
yeah,
I have to explain away why
yeah,
do you think he's gonna win. There's no right or wrong answer. We're just having fun, bro.
of course, yeah. So I'd say it's because obviously he's been out there like, trying to promote the crypto, and he's been to a lot of these conferences, and I thought that because he's out there done it quite a few times, this would be like no different to it's being more recognized around the world with more people around the US wanted to get a hold of Bitcoin.
Okay, so in the past 24 hours on Twitter, hashtag was trending. Trump. There was two hashtags that were trending that I was following closely. Trump and Bitcoin Strategic Reserve or Bitcoin Reserve. So I guess technically three. How many minutes until X explodes or Twitter explodes with hashtag USA Crypto King memes? What is going to be the Twitter chat for the next few days? I don't think that's going to happen. I don't think we're going to see. I don't think, especially not this weekend, USA Crypto King. I think that what we're more likely going to see is, wow, that was underwhelming. Hashtag when moon. That's. I think we're more likely to see that. So, I mean, obviously, we're probably going to see that, but I think we're going to see that later in the year when the U.S. When we've already seen the dust settles, the U.S. is not only holding the crypto strategic reserve with Bitcoin and the stockpile with cryptocurrency altcoins, right? But we have the U.S. states buying like crazy. After that, China starts buying. Russia said they're not going to buy. They're buying. The UAE starts buying. All these other countries start buying. That's when you might see something USA Crypto King, especially when you realize that the regulatory clarity is in the US. really what we want to see for that hashtag be our reality is crypto companies moving back to the US because they said we want to be headquarters here. We want most of our
Yeah.
employees to be in the US. That's when you might see that. But I don't think most crypto bros on Twitter give a shit about like which country's the king. I think they care more about uh pumping their bags. What do you think?
I mean, I think that obviously it will eventually be a point where people try to compete with the most holdings with crypto, but the other bit about bringing it to their country with that, in addition to that, other businesses and stuff. I think that's what will be happening, where they try to implement crypto with businesses, so that you can like hold actual like stocks into it and stuff like that. That's what I think could happen.
Well, you know, we're gonna have more ETFs too. We're gonna have a lot of the ETFs are gonna start popping up this year. You know, we're even gonna have a Dogecoin and a Bonk ETF.
All
And I
right.
know this because Kathy Woods from ARK Investment said that if there's no reason to say no to an ETF, a crypto ETF, it's probably gonna happen. She said that about Trump and Bonk and
Yeah.
Dogecoin. And if those happen, Shiba Inu is definitely happening. I'm shocked that Shiba Inu wasn't second in line, to be honest with you. Okay, number five.
Um.
Number
Yeah.
five.
So I have a
If
quick
this
question.
Oh, you can ask me. You can ask me after this one.
Yeah, gone.
Number five. This is the last one. Then after that, you can ask me questions. Okay. Number five. If Trump's Bitcoin reserve sends us to 100K per token, Bitcoin token, what Bitcoin coin? What's your victory dance? The moonwalk, floss, or something totally new? I used to work for Yelp many years ago in the tech space. Not that I'm not that old, but a few years ago. And when I wasn't making a sale and it was a long day, and I wanted to get the whole sales floor excited and myself excited, I would get up off my chair and basically do this thing called the Native American rain dance to make it rain. Basically, make it rain money. So I used
Yeah.
to do this. I was just like move my body around, and just have it high energy so the whole floor could see it. And I'm getting excited. People are seeing like, who's this crazy guy? I'm loving the energy. Well, they knew me. I was their coworker. Mike's doing his rain dance again. It's 4 p.m. We're about to close the office at 5 o'clock. Mike's doing his rain dance. Hey, everybody, let's go make it rain. So
Yeah.
if we get to $100,000 per Bitcoin, I'm doing the rain dance. And I wasn't even gonna do a dance, but just because of that, I'm a man of my word. I'm doing the rain dance tonight. And people might ask me like, "What the hell are you doing?" I'm like, Bitcoin made it to $100,000. I deserve this rain dance. So you go.
Yeah.
Oh, can you dance during Ramadan?
That's, no, you won't be able to. Maybe after you break your fast, but not like whilst you're
Well,
fasting.
if
No.
Bitcoin hits 100K here at 12 o'clock, that means that 12 o'clock here is 5 a.m. there. The sun rise at 5 a.m. in the UK?
It in 5 a.m. It does. Yeah. So you won't. Yeah, you'll be holding your fast then. Yeah.
Okay, so hopefully it goes to 100K before the sun's rise. That sounds really awkward, but I don't know. I really don't even know what time it rises here, to be honest with you. The only reason I know these things is because, well, basically, my Muslim friends, right? I know it's about sunset, sunrise, and Ramadan and Haram, Halal, and all that stuff. So, I just got an email, Sully. Just want to let you know from Chuck Schumer, Senator Chuck Schumer. He used to be the Senate Majority Leader here, one of the most important people in DC. I'm going to read it to you quickly, okay? It's not that long. Dear Mr. World, thank you for writing to express your support of the Bitcoin Act. We certainly must protect cryptocurrency investors while ensuring that we do not stifle this budding industry. As you know, S4912, whatever that means, was introduced by Senator Cynthia Lummis during the 118th Congress on July 31st, 2024. This bill aimed to secure and manage government held Bitcoin in decentralized storage facilities across the country. Specifically, the bill called for the federal government to purchase 1 million Bitcoins to represent 5% of total Bitcoin supply. These holdings would be managed by a new Bitcoin reserve under the Department of the Treasury. The 118th Congress concluded with this bill under review by the Senate Committee on Banking, Housing, and Urban Affairs. Although this bill has not been reintroduced in the 119th Congress, I will continue to monitor any related legislation that comes before Senate. They're almost done. The regulatory landscape for cryptocurrency remains fragmented, putting investors and the industry at risk. The Securities and Exchange Commission and the Commodity Futures Trading Commission both claim jurisdiction over regulating the market. But cryptocurrency investors lack the same protections provided to investors in conventional securities and commodities. Going forward, I will work with my colleagues to both protect investors and ensure innovation and growth in the budding market is maintained. Again, thank you for contacting me. Please keep me in touch with your thoughts and opinions. Sincerely, Charles E. Schumer, United States Senator. Basically, bullshit. That I don't understand what that said. To me, that to me was basically let me just put a bunch of these sentences together just to make world feel better.
Yeah.
I don't know if you got anything from that, but what was the question you wanted to ask, brother? Ask away.
So with the ETFs, then, so if somebody wanted to take have a holding of that, is it available to the retail investors at the moment, or
Well,
only
that's what it is. You
businessmen?
go to you go to. Of course, it is. You go to the stock. It's a stock market. It's a way of holding Bitcoin, but instead of it's like gold. It's like if you buy a gold ETF. It's like buying
Yeah,
gold ETF, but instead of buying gold ETF, you buy the Bitcoin ETF. And why would you want to buy the ETF? Well, you would say, for example, with gold at least, oh, I don't want to hold a physical gold. There's a lot of dangers to that, right? Somebody
yeah,
could break into my house and steal it. I could lose it. A lot of things could happen, right? My house can burn on fire and somehow the gold disappears. I don't know. I don't even think it worries. It burns like that. But the point is that gold ETFs think about the same thing. The reason why you would buy an ETF for Bitcoin is because you don't want to buy it and hold it on an exchange that has dangers or self custody it.
yeah,
The best use case that I can think of right now is the U.S. state governments want to start buying Bitcoin, and I've talked to people, you know, that state people at the state levels, and they've told me that they think the best use case for ETFs are the state governments holding Bitcoin ETFs. Like instead of them going out and buying and cold storing, storing. These are like old dudes, right? They're like in their 70s, bro. Some of them in their 60s. They don't want to go
yeah,
through the hassle of cold storage. Oh, the keys, we lost the keys. Now they're
mm,
coming with picks and axles to the like Congress means to try to kill us. I'm just joking. Okay, YouTube, I'm joking. I'm
of
not saying
course, yeah,
anything crazy. I'm not instigating. I'm just joking. But the point is that some people want to hold it to be an ECF. My mom, for example,
yeah,
she's a little older. Grandma World, right? I call her Grandma World. She's a
mm,
grandma, or Mama World, whatever. She's a little older, but I taught her, listen, mom, you can just keep it on Coinbase because I believe Coinbase is a safe exchange. Eventually, what I'm going to do is have her put it in self storage, teach her about self storage. But generally speaking, ETFs are only for people that don't want the responsibility of holding it because they're scared they might lose it. They don't trust themselves, basically.
oh, okay. And I'm pretty sure that things like that actually stabilizes the currency too, so it'll stop it from going down to like crashing really hard, I suppose, with ETFs.
Sorry, what? What do
It
you mean?
also bring. I was saying with the ETFs as well. So take it that it just basically gives more people more trust in holding it, I suppose, isn't it?
I mean, you're entrusted. You're entrusting BlackRock. You're still entrusting a third entity to hold it.
The two
Yeah.
main entities that distribute ETFs that you can buy Bitcoin, Bitcoin.
You're just a trusted third party.
Oh, okay.
To me, I don't really see the difference. To be honest with you, I'd rather hold it on an exchange. But some people, they're like, "Hey, BlackRock's been around for I don't know, like 50, 60 years. Fidelity's been around for years. They have tons of clients that are a little older. Coinbase is more for people that are under 40. Again, I'm not saying it. It's just the general market consensus, right? Maybe they don't. Hey, they're like, hey, I want exposure, but I just don't feel like going on Coinbase when I already have my financial advisor I've been working with for the past 25 years at Fidelity or BlackRock, and they can buy it for me. Sometimes people
Yeah.
like that.
Yeah, so it just makes me wonder then. So obviously, when people aren't very like comfortable with like holding property, and it's like there's a lot of hassle with like basically running and that type of thing. Is it kind of like a situation where you hire someone else to manage it for you, and then you basically hold on to your profits to an extent?
I guess because you do pay a fee. There's a difference with that. So when you buy an ETF through, none of this is financial advice. I'm not financial.
You're paying a fee to the advisor. They make a fee whenever you want to buy ETF. Based on it might be based on the amount of the ETF that you're buying, and when they sell it, they also get a fee. when you buy a house or property, usually, let's say, well, I don't know, you're buying a house or a building. Let's go for house first. You're buying a house. You're really basically, if the boiler goes out and you're renting it out, you have to fix the boiler yourself or pay a plumber to go do it, right? If it's a
Mm,
building, you're paying a property manager, right? Like a group of people that go in there and make sure the building's 100%. Anything's broken, they give you the bill. You got to pay them to pay their employees, their security, all kinds of stuff. Collect the rent.
Pay you the best way to own a crypto asset, as you know, not financial advice for us and for most people that are in this space, is you buy it off of a centralized exchange if you can, Binance, somewhere where you don't get any fees, Robinhood, or you do what I'm doing, go to Coinbase, pay for the year, get a reduced fee. Basically, you can trade as much as you want, buy and sell as much as you want for no fee. The spread has a little mini fee, whatever. But I make it up because you stake crypto, you buy and sell at the right times. It makes sense. You transfer from.
mm,
Also, you don't. It's transfer free. So when you buy on Coinbase and send it over to your cold storage, you're not paying the fee. All you're doing is paying the fee on the gas fee on the blockchain to transfer it from your centralized exchange to that. If you're not paying the yearly fee, you have to pay the fee. But like I'm paying the yearly fee, so I technically am free, so I can send things as much as I want, and I don't incur a Coinbase fee for that. Just the blockchain gas fee. Okay. So any other questions you have for me?
not at the moment, no, but yeah, it does make sense. So, I don't actually know that you have is it so that's basically called Coinbase One, isn't it?
Yes. I again
Something
I
like
pay
that, yeah.
like it's like $19 a month or something, but then like it's like I'm just throwing a number out there, but it's like, oh, $19 a month is equal to like whatever, $200 a month a year. And then
Mm,
if you pay, excuse me, if you pay the whole year up front, okay, we're gonna give you 20% off. It'll be $180 or whatever it is, right?
yeah,
So I pay the years like every November or something. I'm saying way too much in this, but it is what it is. To me,
of
I see
course,
no
yeah,
point. And most people that only hold like a few $100 of crypto, I do not suggest you do Coinbase One. You're basically paying for a service that you're not going to need. And
okay,
you're gonna be paying money for the heck of paying money. If you have to be somebody that's just saying, I'm not saying numbers. You have to be somebody that has a significant amount of crypto exposure, significant amount of staking, significant amount of moving back and forth between cold wallet and hot wallet on and off ramps to be able to justify having it.
yeah. No, that makes sense because obviously the higher the amount for the transaction, the more fees it costs to you. So if you're out there doing like lots of transactions, then you're gonna save money in the long run from doing this.
Well, yeah, if you have a lot of money, and also if you stake, right? If you stake, and
Mm,
then obviously if you're staking a good amount, you also get increased staking rewards. You get increased
mm,
staking rewards when you pay Coinbase. So you get increased staking rewards as well, and no transfer fees. You can also swap, no swapping fees. That's the big one. No swapping fees. You can swap back and forth without having to pay. Um, swapping is when you have a thought. You say just in theory you bought $5,000 of Bitcoin. Now it's up at $10,000. Now you want to swap it for another asset. Oh, Litecoin's going up. Let me swap it here. That's trading, but the actual the moving from changing from one crypto to another crypto asset is called swapping in this industry. Swapping, no swapping fees when you pay the thing. So if you swap, you're good to go. I swap too,
mm,
obviously. I don't trade like that. I don't day trade, but I do swap occasionally when it's meant to my benefit. And I staked to a certain extent that I could before I moved to New York, back to New York, and then they were like, "Oh, you live in New York, you're not allowed to stake in the state of New York. It's the only state in the country where you're not allowed to stake." And it hurts. I just want to say there's certain projects that are not available in New York that are really good projects. Like Sui is not available currently to New York residents. I bought it before I went back to New York and I put it in my cold wallet. Shiba Inu and XRP were not available to New York residents until last summer. That really screwed a lot of people over. They could have made a lot of money, but it is what it is. Well, with that being said, brother, I'm gonna get going. I know you have to get going too. Till you can go to
yeah,
sleep. And we have rugby
hmm
tomorrow, so I'm excited. You know that.
that's fair enough. Yeah,
I have a crypto gang at a half hour, and then I have after that I have after 2 hours of that I have an X space I do every Friday or side Friday. I would invite you, but it's the UK, so you can't be doing that, bro.
Yeah.
It's like 5 in the morning there.
Yeah, that's fair enough. No worries. In.
All right, bro. I don't know what to say but you good?
Yeah, I'm good. Yeah, I just paused and so.
I did
The
for a
first.
second. But good luck with Ramadan, all right?
Yeah, thank
And
you.
with that being said, brother, upwards and onwards, all right? Have a good
Yeah,
night.
see ya.
Sleep well and eat
You
well.
too.